Alright, and we win the roll and keep our hand. So, lead on a colonnade, since don't really want to bolt anything anyways turn one, not really necessary. Only really punishes us if we draw Remand or Mana Leak, and he has a 1-drop, which he doesn't have. Go with the Scalding turn. Don't have any mountains to search up if we want to bolt anything. This Merfolk is not a very good matchup. Just have too much card draw, Cavern of Souls, the lands, and our hand doesn't have a whole lot going for it at the moment. Yeah. Okay, Helix is good. Let's keep thinning the deck. I'm gonna have to deal with this eventually, so might as well do it sooner rather than later. Gonna need to get some major value out of this Ajani to win this game, since he has 7 cards and we're already almost out of gas. Okay. Take 2 here. We maybe should have played just Mountain, probably, expecting to bolt and then cast Ajani, which means we take 2 extra damage, which isn't really worth it for the thin. Okay. Okay, that's a good draw. Go ahead and Ajani. If he doesn't have a 2-drop, which he probably does, we're in a good position. Yep. Now he's gonna get to kill Ajani. Might have to slow roll this Verdict for a while. We know he still has a Reedry and a Mutavault. Gonna need some help. That is not help. I think we have to wait on the Verdict. Hopefully he plays out his hand and we can scoop it up, because that's the sort of swing we need. Okay, that's good. Even though we're taking 1,000,000 damage, we're at 8. Nice. That deals with the Mutavault. Got Vapor Snag. Yeah. Well, now we're basically in a top deck war. I imagine we have better draws overall, but we are at 8. Okay, Electrolyze will do nicely. Probably best to just kill this now, since otherwise he'll be able to vial in things to save it from Electrolyze. Let's go ahead and crack to thin and not get a tap land so we don't get mana leaked. Alright, sweet. Cryptic, not necessarily the best since he has Vial and Cavern, but it does bounce and cycle. Okay, at least he has nothing. Let's go ahead and return Aether Vial. I think we don't want to start attacking just yet with Colonnade. And I think that's fine since he has Cavern anyways. Alright, sweet. Get to snag Akira. Which is one of the few things worth countering. another cryptic. Was planning on colonnading this turn, but I think I'll just wait. Probably bouncing his Aether Vial if there's nothing else. Alright, Snapcaster is good. Go ahead and attack now. Okay. Don't think we want to do anything since he might have Spell Pierce or Mana Leak or something. Ooh. Sphinx's Revelation. That is a good one. Go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, and he scoops. Looks like we were in firm control, just needed to resolve a Rev and have Snapcaster. Probably playing around Spell Pierce and Mana Leak. We want some of our mass removal. Counters are not that great. Stony Silence is a fine one-of since Aether Vial is a problem card and don't really want to draw two ever, so just one seems good. Other than that, Mana Leak is fine. Like Wrath of God is okay, but it's kind of a disaster if it gets countered. But probably still worth it. Narset doesn't seem that great. Timely isn't really all that great. Can do stuff, but if they have Island Walk, it really doesn't do anything. Don't really have too many great cards for this matchup. Everything's kind of average. Like these counters versus cryptics. Maybe cut a cryptic for another leak. And sure, we'll try out Narset, why not? Alright, this hand's pretty great. Have Anger and Bolts. Bolt and Path. And even Narset to top out the curve. Just need another land, basically. Red source. Trickster. I think I'll just lead on the colonnade. Next turn I have the option to path and bolt, or just helix. Okay. Turn 2 Vile, not the greatest. Okay, that's a good draw. Not the best since we want another red, but probably doing something on his upkeep. Like bolting this. I think I'm gonna get a steam vent since I do want the blue for when we draw Cryptic Command. And our life total isn't being pressured majorly. I think we'll do this with the Vile stack, with the Vile trigger on the stack. He's gonna get a counter. But hopefully it's dead by then. Okay, this game's going well. He didn't have turn 2 Merfolk, which is pretty good. Is he playing something or attacking with Mutavault? Thassa, okay. That's a thing. Stony Silence not the greatest since he's able to cast everything and has Cavern, but I suppose we'll take it. It does turn off Aether Vial, I suppose. It seems like he's playing the long game here, so Narset might be our ticket to win. Shutting down his Vial when we have Anger of the Gods is pretty good too, since you can't end step flash stuff in. Of course we need the double red still. This game's still going pretty well though. I think we'll just take that. It's better to helix that and save the path for Thassa. Alright, that's good. I think I'm fine waiting on Narset. We have his Vial turned off, and him scrying really isn't that big of a deal. And I really want to resolve this and not get it spell pierced. It also means cracking for steam vents, which gives us more incentive to wait. top. Alright, this is good. Well, not great, but Stony Silence is doing work since he's constricted on mana and wants to be scrying lands to the bottom. Okay, I think the plan is electrolyze this, Narset, and then follow it up with Anger. Hopefully sweeping the board. Alright, Narset in action. Let's see what we can do. We have a sack land, so we can manipulate the top of our library. Okay, Narset never hits ever. 0 for 1. But we are going to get to manipulate the card. Get rid of that land. And keep up Path for Thassa if it somehow gets turned on, which isn't particularly likely. I guess it's not that unlikely either. Alright. Kira. So you have a 1-drop? No. If he had a 1-drop and killed Narset, he'd still be in a good spot. Not attacking. Is that a misclick or is there a reason? Question is there any reason for me to rebound something? Probably not, so I might as well just go ahead and take a peek. Okay. I think this is resolving. I guess not. Swan Song? Vapor Snag doesn't work. Just gets countered. And yeah. We're in a pretty commanding position. I mean, we both have our dirtily look at the top card, keep it on top cards. Okay. This emblem doesn't seem very good against merfolk. You can't cast non-merfolk spells. I have faith that Narset will eventually do something, though. Still nothing good to rebound. There's not really much reason in even killing that. I guess we're playing the waiting game. Narset versus Thassa. Okay, actually bought him something and got some value. Come on, Cryptic Command. Sure. I guess we can't really path Thassa since he can sack Curse Catcher. I think we'll just wait. Could also rebound Lightning Bolt. I actually want to keep plussing. Alright. It seems that is not the answer. Sure. At least it's a sack land on top, so this won't happen again. We'll be able, if there is another land on top, we'll be able to get rid of it. And again, the emblem is, yeah. I doubt we'll ever be ulting Narset in this matchup. Okay. Well, there was a good reason to have tech-edged his cavern. I suppose I should have taken that into account. The second cavern, though, makes me want to save them for mutavaults. If we ever draw a cryptic command, that'll change things, but for now I'm going to hold on to the tech edges. They're also good with Sphinx's Revelation. Alright. Pairing for more Kiras. Yeah, I want to keep plussing. $11 loyalty. Yes. Yes! We did it! I think I'll just wait on Lightning Bolt. Let's go ahead and do it now, since we're going to when he attacks anyways, to preserve our life total. Do you want to attack Narset? It's at 11 loyalty. Please? Please attack Narset? Alright, we're approaching the point where Narset has as much life as we do. Alright, sweet. Snapcaster. Excellent. Okay. At least we have Flooded Strand. I think we're just gonna electrolyze the Curse Catcher. Probably take one more hit, since Curse Catcher is not really a premium target for electrolyze, or premium target for any removal. End of turn I might, but the 1 damage doesn't really matter. Now I'll go ahead. Keep the cantrip engine running. Alright. So you have 2 Spell Pierces. Alright. Probably should have kept that Spell Pierce for this Sphinx's Revelation. Not exactly the best rebound target. I think we can go ahead and plus, since that's what we like to do. Presumably he doesn't have another Spell Pierce, otherwise he would have cast on Electrolyze, but I'm gonna rev and leave 2 mana up anyways, since we can't lose if this resolves for any reasonable amount. Okay. We're out of lands to find with Scalding Tarn. Can finally start rebounding. Let's go ahead and do it, since it's our loyalty. We have infinite loyalty, and it's just a matter of closing out the game now. Use a Tech Edge since it's not doing anything else. And it shouldn't take long now, since we do have Colonnade and Infinite Answers and Narset. Okay, whatever. Joy of the end game. Put a card on top. We must be losing. opponent is still fighting the good fight. And that's it. Alright. Narset did something, technically.